Hi, welcome back. In this video, we are going to talk about the skylight. Let's create a skylight system from the Creator tab. Click on this plus icon, select the light menu from the drop-down list, and I'm going to select a skylight. And it's immediately create a skylight actor in the middle of your scene. Let's change this unlit mode to lit mode. And we can see that the skylight is not really having any impact in our scene. So let's go to the details panel. And under this light tab, we have a source type option right here. And I'm going to click that, and we have two options there, and one is like SSL captured scene and another one is SSL specified cube map. The SSL captured scene uses the scene skylight to light up the environment, and currently we don't have any sky system in our scene. And next, and the SSL specified cube map and uses a specific cube map texture to light up the environment, and the light texture should be like an HDRI. Now let's select the second option. Let me add an HDRI here. Click on this none option, select the default HDRI from Unreal Engine. And if you see, the scene got immediately lit up with an HDRI, and you can see this HDRI in the reflection. So this will be help us to lit up a large environment or assets, anything with physically accurate lighting. And if you want, you can connect HDRI from the external source. Now let's create a folder in the content browser. Let me move this one up. Navigate inside texture folder. Let's create a folder called HDRI. And if you are looking for a free resources, you can download it from Polyheaven or 2G Academy. Let me copy few HDRI from my local directory. When you are in this project and if you want to use this HDRI, you can ask your lead for the right path, or else you can simply download it from internet. Go to library, go to HDRI directory, and I'm going to copy all this HDRI into the HDRI folder. I'm going to select the light again, and I'm going to connect this HDRI into the cube map. Actually, this is not really allowing us to connect. Let me connect this one. The same problem, but I will be able to connect this HDRI. The real issue is like if you see very close, the first two images are in EXR format and the remaining three are in HDRI format. The point is like the Unreal Engine will be only support HDRI format. So you should make sure the conversion should be happen before. Let me zoom out. So how does this light system work? So it's basically take color from the atmosphere and just like image based lighting techniques, and then take that light informations along with color and dim it down on the scene with every single direction. Let me change the source cube map angle. By changing the source cube map angle, you will be able to rotate the HDRI. Let me go very close to this one. Cube map resolution is depends upon the quality of reflection as well as the light samples. And if you're going to change this value to 0, the reflection quality is much more less when you're comparing with 1024, like higher number of values. And the intensity scale is the cube map exposure. Under this visualization tab, we have an option like show luminance meter. I'm going to turn this on, and this option will be help us to visualize the default HDRI map and the exposed map. Let me turn off this one for now. I'm going all the way up. Now I'm going to change this one to another model, SSL captured scene, and immediately the light contribution is getting off. Basically in SSL captured scene, we may need a sky atmosphere component. Go to the creator tab. I'm going to create a sky atmosphere. Also, we may require a direction light. Let's create a direction light. Now I'm going to recapture the scene again. Select the skylight. So my scene is got immediately lit up with the skylight. So now I'm going to reposition the direction light by using Ctrl L. By press and hold Ctrl L will get a real-time update in the physical sky and the sun. Definitely in later sessions we will go through the process one more time to get a fully dynamic lighting scenario. Let me go a little up. We have a sky distance threshold value here. So the sky distance threshold is basically the number of units away from the skylight actor. So it's this parameter will be definitely what area needs to be scattered from the sky. So if you are scattering up 150,000 units radius in the sky distance, that meaning that everything outside that particular unit is considered as a sky, and that's the area we are going to capture as an illumination to lit up the scene. To demonstrate this, I'm going to close to the sphere with this much, and if I'm going to place a value of 1, and if you see very closely and the reflection is got changed, I'm going to reset this one more time. So now I'm giving a value of 1, which means like everything in that unit range is captured as a sky illumination. It's not only capture the sky, this will be include your entire scene near to that skylight actor. So now let's turn on one more important option. I'm going to turn off real-time capture. When you turn on the real-time capture, basically it will be ignore sky distance threshold. And if you see very close to the sphere, the environment is goes off. The advantage of real-time capture is when you update and the direction light, the sky will be updated instantly. In other hand, the disadvantages of this, you lose the proper integrations of your surrounding models. Let me select the light again. One more important property is like in advanced tab, you will be able to find a lower hemisphere solid color, and we have a color in that. And the lower hemisphere solid color is set to black. Let me hide this one for now. Let me select the light one more time, the skylight. If I'm going to uncheck this, and we are also able to capture the lower part of your scene. I hope you're able to see the difference. Before it was black, it's getting a calculation from this hemisphere color. When you turn off this one, you will be able to get all the information from the skylight. Sometimes it is much important when you're working with VFX lighting. You may require additional bounds from HDRI. So that case, you can simply ignore, lower hemisphere option. And that's all about the skylight. And thanks for watching.